I feel a little bit like I'm in exile here in Atlanta. It's a self-exile, self-imposed exile. But I'm from the Northeast, I'm from Long Island, and I'm moving to Connecticut. And everyone I know from before the age of, say, 18 or 20, they're all up in the Northeast. So basically I'm moving because a big part of my life is not here, and I've been absent from those people, and I don't want to be absent from them anymore, and I want my son to know them. I want my son to know my 3 sisters, his cousins, my parents. And so, yeah, that's why. I like the fact that Atlanta is truly a different political animal, social animal, than, say, where I grew up or where I went to college or where my family, my sisters live. I know a lot of conservatives here. I covered them at the state capitol, and they're good people, but they have different views, and that really came into stark relief coming up to the 2000 presidential election. And Mike and I went up to New York, and we had this big dinner at this great place in the East Village with all of our friends, big long table. And this was before George Bush had sort of officially become the front runner. And none of the people at the table believed that he was going to go anywhere as a candidate. None of them thought that he would be the nominee or that he would win. And just having lived in Atlanta and living in South Carolina at the time, I knew that there were people who liked him, whose views resonated, you know, they meshed with his. And I felt a certain sense of, wow, there can be parochialism where I'm from, even though I'm from the suburbs of one of the biggest cities on earth. They didn't understand, they missed this. People think a little differently here. I want to know how they think, I want to understand it. I don't want to ridicule it. I may not agree with it, but I've been really pleased to, I mean, I always think one of the easiest interviews I ever did is the head of the gun lobby here in Georgia, the Georgia Kerry, I think it's called. He's a really nice guy. He's extremely accessible to the media. And when he laid out his strategies for getting gun laws passed in the Capitol, I thought, oh, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. You know, lesson learned. It's sort of amazing to me to think that you kind of think you never know, but pretty much this is probably the last time I'll ever live in Atlanta full time, and that's a funny thought to have. I'm really sort of closing a door, I'm closing a chapter in my life, and I find it interesting that I'm certain it is the right decision, absolutely certain, and yet that doesn't really mitigate the fact that it's hard to leave, and that once you go, things are never the same again. You can go back, but you need to know they'll never actually be the same as they were.